In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Eternal Embers expansion, which is the 4th expansion for Titan Quest and the 3rd to be released in the last few years. What's particularly strange about this is that Titan Quest actually initially released in 2006, which means this game is 15 years old, and THQ continues to release expansions for a 15-year-old game, which I'm not complaining about because Titan Quest is one of my all-time favorite games. However, you don't see this happen very often, and there's been a shocking gap between the first expansion, Immortal Throne, and the later 3 expansions, Ragnarok, Atlantis, and Eternal Embers, which had almost a 12-year gap in between. So one has to wonder why now? Why are they publishing expansions for this game now? And one has to wonder if there's going to be a sequel for this in the near future. Moving along to the Eternal Embers expansion itself, essentially what you get is a new act. So if you're familiar with Titan Quest at all, you know that each act is around, 10 to 15 hours long, roughly, give or take. Usually has, 7 or 8 towns that you go through in different areas and different bosses. You're pretty much getting that. The exception here is that this is a legendary only expansion, meaning that you can only play it at the legendary difficulty, so it's meant for endgame players. Don't worry though, if you're not a high-level character, one of the things that THQ has done in this expansion is they have allowed you to create a legendary only character, which allows you to create a character from scratch that you can only play in legendary difficulty that starts you at level 70, and you can allocate all your skill points and attribute points accordingly. This allows you to experience the new expansion even if you're brand new to the game, and it gives you some freedom to create around with builds and stuff. If you're a build kind of person and you don't want to level each character to level 70, you can literally pick a level 70 character and mess around with it and see what you like. Again though, note that you can only play these characters you create this way in legendary difficulty, which means you won't be able to take them back to normal, etc. And so you can't help your friends with these that are just power leveling and power level them through the game. Besides the new act itself, players are going to be getting a new mastery called Dawn, which is sort of like an alchemist mastery. It gives players a lot of benefits when they use potions, healing and energy potions. It seems like it synergizes very well from Dream, from what I've tested out so far, because of the health regen and the fact that it has high chance to avoid projectiles in some cases. So that seems to synergize well with Dream. But there is a new mastery there for players to check out, which means there's a total of 11 masteries in the game now to choose from. And obviously, if you're making a brand new character, running it through the game, you can pick this right off the bat if you have this DLC. There are, of course, new weapons and gear, new enemies, there are new consumables in the game, and obviously the whole new act, so you're going to be getting all that with the DLC as well. I spent some time playing through the act. I haven't gotten all the way through, so this is kind of more of a first impressions and an overall review of it. But I will say it seems like most of the enemies are reused. They are saying that there are new enemies in the game. For the most part, it just seems to be reused enemies that I've seen over and over throughout the game. And a lot of the landscape looks familiar as well. They reuse a lot of pieces like that. So it's not like something you're going to see that's brand new in terms of there's all these new enemies and things like that. There just is a lot of what they already had in their toolkit. Almost like it was modded, you know what I mean? Someone took mod tools and created a new area is what it feels like more than a brand new expansion. And while I really enjoy Titan Quest, I don't know that I could justify the price tag for this. This is $17.99 right now on sale. It's normally $19.99. That is the cost itself of Titan Quest Anniversary Edition. The Ragnarok expansion is also $19.99, and Atlantis is $14.99. These are staggering prices for, 10 to 15 hours of content for a game that's 15 years old. You might be able to justify that, in my opinion, for a brand new game, something that, you're getting those hours of content. Absolutely worth it probably for a brand new game. For a game this old, I don't know how you can say that you're going to charge the same amount for an expansion as the whole game itself. Personally, what I would suggest doing with this expansion, if you're a Titan Quest fan like me and you really want this stuff anyway, the new mastery is obviously compelling because you can play new characters and use that, which is something you won't be able to do without this expansion. However, what I would say is wait for some sort of, package deal with all these. I can't imagine that they're all going to stay this price and that there aren't sales where you can pick these up. I would certainly try and wait for a sale to get them all together if you can, or if you're just missing this one, wait for it to go on sale because $17.99 is a very, very steep price in my opinion. Again, though, it's extremely interesting that we keep seeing Titan Quest content, and it really makes me wonder what THQ is up to. I mean, they clearly have an interest in producing content for this game. Does that mean that there's going to be a sequel in the works? Does that mean we can finally expect a Titan Quest 2? That's something I would really love. Personally, I actually got way more game time out of Titan Quest than I ever did out of Diablo 2. I think it's because the time frame that it launched was about 5 years or so, maybe 6 years after Diablo 2. I was at a place in my life where I could play this game a lot more. I had a lot more time to play, and I really got into it. I love mixing and matching the masteries, or mix and matching them together, creating different combos. It's a ton of fun. And I can't wait to see what, they do moving forward with this. I really hope that there is a sequel in the works and that we might see a Titan Quest 2 not so far in the near future. So what do you guys think? Are you guys Titan Quest fans out there? Is $17.99 too much for one new act and one new mastery? Am I crazy? Let me know in the comments below.